This podcast was recorded live in the Purple Room Studio.
Put your TTV back in there?
Yeah. I took it out. I was going to take yours out too, because you're KurbStomped everywhere.
Or
not just
KurbStomped.com.
KurbStomped.com.
That's true.
And while you're going there, I will say, hello everyone.
Oh.
Welcome to the StreamVoid podcast, episode 113.
Wow.
That's right.
Crazy.
The 113th episode of the StreamVoid podcast.
That's a lot, actually.
That is a lot. It's surprising an amount.
That's crazy.
Surprising amount.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I am MikeyT, and of course, across from me is KurbStomped.
Yes.
You can find us everywhere under our respected monikers.
Mm-hmm.
It is Sunday,
yes.
January the 22nd, 2023.
It is.
That's right.
All day.
The 2023rd year of the record keeping.
Of the record keeping?
Yeah,
I think there was records before then, too.
Yes. But this is we're in the modern calendar now.
The year of our Lord, you mean?
The year of our Lord.
Yes.
2023. And you are listening to the StreamVoid podcast. This is a show about life and video games and, everything in between.
Yes.
So I'll ask you, sir, how was your week?
My week was pretty fine, I guess. I did a lot of working at the warehouse, so that was cool. Rearranging boxes of shirts.
Ooh, shirt boxes. Still in the shirt
8 hours
boxes.
a day. I mean, it's done now. I finished it. But, yeah, it was a lot of work fixing all the fuck-ups that everybody did.
Beautiful.
Basically. So, it's all better now anyways. And, did some work at the office as well, but nothing too crazy. Just the usual baloney.
Ah, baloney.
Being annoyed. My main thing right now is, like, I'm out of the office doing the warehouse stuff, so sometimes the ordering gets whatever I do ordering, it gets delayed a day. So the woman will, like, in the office, she'll, like, run the actual order, see that there's an order that could potentially be sent in, and rather than actually doing it, she'll just be like, oh, I looked at this, and it looks like it's high enough to do an order. It's like, well, you were there. Why didn't you just fucking finish it off? So I'm just like, whatever you say, and then I'll just do it when I feel like it. So just annoying that way. Just super annoying.
Yes.
Other than that, played Phoenix Wright on stream last night. Played the Family Feud. We were going to play co-op versus me and Master of None on stream, but it wouldn't connect to Nintendo. Like Nintendo Online.
Nintendo
Neither of us could connect, right? Huh. So we couldn't play against each other. So I saw there was like a Twitch mode. So I was like, oh, what's this Twitch mode all about? It's actually pretty fun. Where the game asks you a question, you put in your answer, and then the chat has to guess what your answer will be. And if they get it right, they get $1.
Oh.
$1 in air quotes.
Yep.
And it keeps track of everybody's scores. So it's pretty fun. And I had to tell people, like, after a while, like, because some of the answers, I was like, you have to say what I would say, not like what you think the best answer would be, because people be saying shit, and I'd be like, I would never say that.
Do you know me?
Yeah, once it got to that part, it was like the answers came a little better anyways. So. Yeah, it was fun, surprisingly fun.
Nice.
So, yeah, kind of sucked we couldn't play versus each other, because that's a lot of fun, but yeah, whatever. And, I mean, the only other thing I did is I watched an episode of Velma. Have you heard of Velma?
You were telling me about Velma.
It's just like a version of Scooby-Doo with no Scooby-Doo in it or Shaggy.
Oh, no. Maybe it was Ripsick who was telling me about Velma.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's got Mindy Kaling in it as Velma. And then, like, I don't know. Like, what's the other character's name? Like, there's Freddy, and then there's Scooby. What's the other woman's name? I can't remember.
No, I can't remember either.
Daphne. Anyways, they're not all friends in this show. Like, Daphne's like a bit of a stuck-up, like, cooler she's cooler than Velma, obviously. So they're not really friends anymore. And then like Freddy is like I only watched the first episode. Like I know how it ends up. Like Freddy's a bad guy or whatever. But he's just like a nerd. No, he's not. He's a popular guy, but you know,
for all the wrong reasons.
Well, no, they're like, why haven't you had sex with Daphne yet? And he still hasn't gone through puberty yet. And then people are getting murdered and their brains are getting scooped out. And, you know, Velma's parents are separated and Velma blames herself for her mom leaving. She also has like mental problems where she sees hallucinations of her being attacked by like demonic tentacles or something. Anyways, there's a lot of people complaining about it online.
Yeah.
Because it's not like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
And it's like Velma is like, I don't know, some of her jokes are just like, oh, well, you know. I mean, the way they're breaking it down online is like white people bad. And it's like I watched it and I was like, that's not really what the show is all about. I thought it was I didn't like it or dislike it. I was like, that was a show that I watched one episode of and I'm not going to watch anymore.
I was kind of thinking it was like how they did Riverdale.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah.
It's like Riverdale, like an alternate take of the characters. But because it's like Velma's like, I don't know what Mindy Kaling is. She's Pakistani or Indian or something like that. I'm not sure. Velma is like not a white girl anymore, like she was in the cartoon.
Yeah, yeah.
So people are not liking that because it's like a woman, a brown woman. It was just like whatever. It was interesting to watch, but I won't watch anymore because it did nothing for me, but it didn't offend me, really. But people like to complain again, where I think they haven't even watched it. They just hear other people complaining, so they complain about it. It's like the Reddit like loop. When you see a post you see a meme on Reddit, so then you get pissed off and you make your own meme on Reddit, and it's like a self-fulfilling cycle of baloney.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
both her parents are Indian, so she's
okay. Yeah. So she's Indian in the show, her dad's Indian, her dad has a new girlfriend who's pregnant, and you know, whatever. It was a show that I watched and I won't watch another episode and I'll continue on with my life and I won't worry about it, basically. Yeah. People are getting all upset about it. It's kind of like the way people are upset with She-Hulk, basically. Whereas I actually enjoyed She-Hulk. Whereas Velma, I'm just like, I don't care about it, so it doesn't matter to me. So I would say, if you want, watch an episode. It's on Crave, so you can watch it here. I didn't watch it on Crave, so.
I don't think I will watch it at all. But that's
it's only 20 minutes, so it's like something you can just be like, yeah, okay, I know what people are talking about, but I'm not going to force you to watch it or anything.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not going to anyway. I just don't have any interest in it. It's just not.
I just wanted to see. I'm reading about all this shit on Reddit about people complaining about it, and I'm like, okay, like I wonder what's going on here. Yeah. So then I watched it, and I just was like, whatever.
Yeah, there you go.
It's all blown out of proportion. It's like people not watching it. So.
As per usual.
Yeah, pretty much. So, whatever. And did I say I played Phoenix Wright?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Well, I mustn't have said too much about it.
You did not say very much about it. You said I played it on stream and that was
I bought it on the Xbox One and I played the first, court case. Well, the first one's a tutorial, then the second one's the real first one.
Yeah.
It's totally... I've played it before. Like, I beat it. I have it on DS. Yeah. But I beat that like 10 years ago. Like, I don't remember it or whatever. And it's totally like a adventure game where if you don't do it in the exact way they want it to, it'll be like, no, sorry.
You fail.
Basically, and you can lose... You actually, like, the game is over.
Oh, game over, yeah.
So, in this one, you have to present your evidence that contradicts what they're saying, right? But they say it... They'll have their testimony and there'll be like 5 different like sections of text.
Yeah.
And they may contradict themselves in this first section, but you actually have to challenge them on the last section. So if you challenge them on the first section, it'll be like, no, that has no relevance to the case. But if you present your evidence on the last thing they say, then it'll be like, oh, you got them. That's correct. So if you don't present the evidence they exactly want you to do, even though another piece of evidence would contradict something else they said, sorry, you can't continue. Doesn't work. So I was found guilty one time, but then I pulled it out.
Oh, yeah?
I won.
Nice.
So I had to reload and redo a bunch because that's the way the game works. But yeah, I got it figured out anyways.
I did not think that that's how those kind of games would go. That it would be, you would have to do it as in the certain steps to get to progress the game at all.
Yeah, you totally do. Because you'll have to, there's different options. You can present your evidence, you can listen to the testimony, or you can press their testimony. So the first thing was I had a piece of evidence that said, okay, for example, the murder was committed with one hit to the head, right? So the guy testifies and said I saw you hit him 2 times. So I'm like, okay, well, there it is. I have it in the autopsy. They were hit once. So I present the evidence and they're like, no, sorry, that doesn't do it, right? So I'm like, what did I do wrong here? So then I press the guy and he's like, oh, I said that wrong. Sorry, this is my actual testimony. And then he changes his testimony, and then you can present your evidence on his new testimony, and then it works. And I was like, oh, that's kind of bummy.
That is super bummy.
So
it's oh, I have evidence that says you only hit him once, and then he changes the story.
Yeah, and that happens a lot too. That happens a lot too, where it'll be I present the evidence, and it'll be sorry, that doesn't line up. You said you were there at 9 and found her body, but she didn't die till 1 because the power was out, and I have evidence that the power was out, so you're wrong. And he's like, oh, you're right. You got me. And then the prosecutor would be like, you have the old version of the autopsy. Here's the new version. And it's okay, I think that's illegal. You have to present all your evidence to the defender. But I mean, it's in a fake court of Japan, so they make their own rules. To win the first case, we basically blackmailed the guy to admit that he did it. Otherwise, we were going to release this list of names of people he was blackmailing. And he's like, I did it. I killed her. Just don't release the list. And it's wow, I don't know if that's legal, but okay.
That's probably not.
Yeah.
They're going to release the list anyway.
No, they're not. They're not going to release it. So yeah, it's an interesting game anyways. I like it. I'm going to play through it. So
nice.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I did all week.
That's a good week.
I didn't do much else.
You did not.
Oh, besides us doing an adventure yesterday, but we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that before we talk about the shows that we watched together, but apart.
Yes. It's okay. You can tell them we were holding hands.
I don't want to. It's embarrassing.
Okay. Fair enough.
My week.
Yeah.
I worked.
Okay.
Nothing too exciting. It was a fairly boring week other than our trip. Rip and I took a trip to Lytton and Lillooet and Ashcroft.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't actually go in Ashcroft, but we went to a gas station in Ashcroft.
Why?
I don't know. Have I talked about this gas station before? I probably have. It's an Esso. It's got a Tim Hortons. There's a KFC, apparently. I don't know. The sign says there's a KFC there, but I haven't seen one. But you go into this gas station, right? And the first thing that greets you is, food, chips, whatever.
Uh-huh.
But on the left, there's Pokemon and card sleeves. And you're like, what's going on there? And then you go around to the back where, your ice creams or typically are, but that's the fridge with all the gurus in it. And I need to get my gurus.
Oh, yeah.
So you go back there, you grab a guru and you spin around. All of a sudden there's just board games and D&D
in an
and
Esso?
Warhammer and painting miniature supplies.
In an Esso?
In an Esso.
Why?
Just outside of Ashcroft.
That's weird.
I know. It doesn't make any sense. But sitting there is a copy of Legendary, which is Marvel's deck building card game, which is out of print.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll grab this. And then Rip comes up and he's like, hey, look at this. And he holds another copy of Legendary, but this one has a expansion tape to the top.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'll put this one back and grab that one. So I grabbed that one, wrung it out. Easy.
Okay.
Easy Legendary, which is out of print. And so now I'm looking at stuff on Legendary and start trying to see if it's actually out of print. And it is. But there's all kinds of expansions that have come out that are also out of print. And I'm like, oh.
What is Legendary?
These? That's just a Marvel deck building card game where you fight bad guys.
Can't you just play Marvel Snap? It's available right now.
You could play Marvel Snap. It is available right now. And that's probably... Nah, it's not similar. I don't know.
I'm sure it's not similar.
It's probably not. Yeah, rare board game, card game, just...
But why?
Nowhere.
Why? Did you want this or something?
Yeah, it was on my list of things that I wanted because we had played it 10 years ago or whatever.
Okay.
And yeah, it was just out of print. Couldn't get it.
Okay.
Couldn't get it.
They've been sitting on that stock for 10 years, and they're finally, you come through the door, they're like, finally a sucker that'll buy this.
Exactly.
Crazy.
Bought it.
Nice.
Nailed it.
Nice.
Put out a vlog on Wednesday, of course.
Uh-huh.
Did I? Probably.
I don't know. You put them out every day, but it's like old and new, so who knows?
Yeah, the new one came out on Wednesday. New one's coming out today. I've got all the old ones out now.
Okay.
So it's all just going to be new ones, I think.
Okay.
Or there might be one old one still left to come out, and then I need to start transferring over all the shorts as well.
Oh, the shorties.
Yes, the shorties.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty boring week other than that trip.
That's
but
okay.
Watch the vlog today if you want to see some of that trip. It's yeah, some stuff happened.
Okay.
On that, video games.
Uh-huh.
On Thursday, Epistory Typing Chronicles came out on Epic for free. And I was like, is this just a typing game? So I downloaded it, tried it out, and yes, it is just a typing game. But it's a Metroidvania style typing game. which is it's all like 2D kind of isometric viewpoints with like paper graphics.
So, like, do you control your character?
Yeah, you control your character. You move around with WASD, of course. And then when you want to type something, you hit space and it brings up the typing thing.
And what do you type?
You can type a lot of stuff. So there'd be things blocking your path and you just type that and it'll clear the path.
Okay.
Or you can type flowers, different flowers to like make flowers grow. But then you go into a cave and now there's enemies. So you got to like type to defeat the enemies. And
like, what do you type? Sword and then you have a sword?
No, you type whatever it is that it's like descriptions of the enemy.
Oh, so it'll be like goblin and you type in goblin?
But more descripting.
Goblin so like with green, huge hogger and then you type in goblin?
You type green and then the next word might be something else.
Oh, yeah.
There haven't been any goblins. There's like eels and rats and like...
Okay.
And so the smaller enemies are only like 3-letter words.
Rat.
Bigger enemies.
And that's your attacks on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rat, sly. Stuff like that. But then you can unlock different abilities. So you can type different words to like do other things. So in the cave, there are a bunch of fire thorns blocking your path. And until you unlock the fire ability, you can't get through there. So when you hit spacebar, those just come up as gibberish and you can't do it. Can't type it. But once you get the fire ability, those come up as actual words like immolate or something like that. And so you got to type that out and you can clear the paths.
That's weird.
Now that we're previously blocked.
Huh.
It looks cool. The narration's kind of okay-ish. Everything's narrated in the entire thing. It's okay-ish. It's not like super good.
Like narrated how? Like the adventurer walked into the cave and
kind of like that. The adventurer remembers this about her life, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
But you can unlock upgrades, so you can combo your words more, like you have longer between your combos to get a higher score. You can make your wolf move faster, because you're riding a wolf.
Of course. As you do.
You can upgrade your wolf to sprint.
Of course.
And there's a bunch of other upgrades that I haven't seen yet.
Interesting.
Yes.
So you're enjoying it?
I mean, I enjoyed it the one day I played it.
Are you playing on the Steam Deck?
No, I'm playing it down here.
I was gonna say,
I was like waiting. Hard. I was waiting for a video to render, so I was just like, frig, I'll just pop this open and see what it's all about.
Okay.
And yeah, it was interesting.
All right.
It might be worth a play if you like typing.
I mean, typing, I'll take it or leave it. I don't like it and I don't dislike it.
Yeah. And then Myth Force.
Yeah,
I was watching a YouTuber, Dangerously Funny, because I like to watch Dangerously Funny because he's very monotone and easy to fall asleep to.
Okay.
But he starts playing this game called Myth Force. And I was like, oh, this game looks super cool. All the graphics are like hand-drawn 2D graphics in like an 80s cartoon style.
Well, for the intro, yeah, but not the gameplay.
Oh, yeah, gameplay is as well.
What? I watched the gameplay. It was like first person. It wasn't hand-drawn.
Yeah, it's first person.
It's not hand-drawn. They may be cel-shaded.
They might be cel-shaded.
They're not hand-drawn.
But they look like 80s cartoon.
Okay, maybe I'll agree to that.
On the inside of the game. So you're fighting skeletons and like mushroom people.
Yeah.
And it's a first-person hack and slash with roguelike. And it's all, well, not with roguelike, but it is roguelike. It's a 4-player. So you can have up to 4 people in there. I was just playing solo, but I'm going to be playing with Briscoe later on today. And then maybe one in the mosh.
You purchased this game?
I have.
Oh,
it is in beta. It's only available on Epic.
Oh, Epic gave them the money hat. I hate Epic. What a bullshit company. Sorry, that's for...
Yeah, that's for you Epic haters out there. You know, just so we can seem relatable to you idiots.
Yes.
Yeah, so second game I've bought on... Maybe third game I've bought on Epic.
Yeah, you bought Alan Wake and...
Alan Wake.
Satisfactory. And I don't know what else would
That's
be bought
it,
on there.
I think.
And then Myth Force.
I've been in... It's, it plays a little bit slow.
It definitely looks slow.
Yeah, you can't just... You have hit points, you got mana points because they're spell casting, and you have stamina.
Yeah.
So, and that stamina runs out real quick.
Yeah. It looked like... Sorry.
You swing your mace like 3 times and that's it. Your stamina's gone until you level up.
It looked like a really slow Borderlands.
It is fairly slow. It's fairly methodical. The enemies kind of just like when you go room to room and the enemies spawn in, the only problem is that enemies just seek you out instantly.
Oh yeah.
Like there's no reason to walk around the room unless you're trying to find like treasure and whatnot. Because they all just heat seek onto you and try and kill you.
Oh, yeah.
And that's it. It'd be nice if they were like the zones in the room that the enemies would stay, but no, they just try and all get at you and kill you. It's pretty cool. You have 4 weapon slots or shield slots, and you can pick up different weapons, upgrades, all that, you know, rarities and all that kind of stuff. There's magic and bows and maces and great swords and all that kind of stuff. There are 4 characters, each with different abilities. So there's Victoria, who I've been playing, is the paladin knight kind of character. She's got a shield rush, just charges forward with her shield. She can throw her shield, and then she can do her ultimate ability, which gives her a golden mace and shield, which instantly knocks down people whenever you hit them. And it doesn't use stamina, I don't think. Which is kind of nice. It's like a get out of jail free card.
The intro is more interesting than the game looked to me.
Yeah, the intro is absolutely fantastic. The intro has the great 80s cartoon music with great 80s cartoon intro.
I mean, yeah, it has that style, but the animation is way better than like
100%
animation from the 80s.
Yeah, it's like a cartoon movie versus a series.
Even then, animation. Like if you go back and watch like, I don't know, the Transformers movie, the animation is not that good.
Yeah, some of the scenes for sure.
Yeah.
There's some scenes in that Transformers movie where it's like super good, and then some scenes like, okay, you're just pulling it straight out of the series now.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm really liking my time with Myth Force so far. It's very hard. I've only made it past the first floor once, and then I only make it a couple rooms into the second floor, and I just get absolutely murked.
So do you keep anything when you die?
You can take out gems. And then you can level up your character so that you can unlock variations of their abilities. So the shield throw for Victoria normally has just 3 bounces, but I've unlocked it so it now has 5 and can bounce off the same enemy twice.
Oh yeah.
And there's a whole bunch of other stuff. I can't really remember what they
so
are.
there is. So you buy those with your gems, basically.
Yeah. There is progression. Okay. You can unlock outfits and whatnot as well.
Okay.
$34 I think right now.
Outrageous.
Yeah. Enjoying my time with it for sure.
That's cool.
Yeah. Other than that, that's it. We had a little outing. You and I yesterday.
We did.
Of course, if you're watching this live, you can see just 15 cans of luncheon meat in front of the camera here. And our Patreon exclusive video, patreon.com/StreamVoid, is coming up.
Yes.
We went out and we just filmed everywhere. We drove to many places trying to find all the various luncheon meats that we could find.
Yes. Selection not the best in Canada. I feel in America, you could probably go to Walmart and find 15 types of Spam. Yeah, well, yeah, if you go on the website, the Spam website, there are that many kinds of Spam. You can buy the variety pack, but they don't ship it to Canada because it's not... Yeah. Some of those flavors are just, well, they're just whatever. It's just Canada. Yeah. They're not approved for sale in Canada. I don't know. It's just like, I mean, yes, probably, but it's like, why bother getting them approved for sale in Canada? They're going to sell 100 here. Yeah. It's not worth the effort. Yeah. But yeah, you just can't, like, I tried to order that pack from Spam directly and they're like, we can't ship to Canada. Yeah. I'm like, okay. You have to get a parcel forwarder in Washington State or something like that, or drive down to Seattle or something like that. Yeah. So we recorded video of us buying them all, just mic'd up in the store, walking around with a selfie stick like it's 2010 again.
Yeah.
Recording video for this. And then sometime, I don't know if next weekend or when, but we're going to record us trying them all. Eating them raw, eating them cooked. Doing a taste test, ranking them.
Yep.
Seeing which one we like the most and like the least, et cetera, et cetera. So... should be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. We were going to borrow a kitchen from somebody, but I think that's just going to cause too many logistical issues.
Yeah.
So we're just going to film it in the basement, get a hot plate and a pan, put the green screen up, make it
Fake
seem
kitchen.
like we're in a kitchen.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's just the way to do it.
Go from there.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the best way to do it.
Should be good. So if you want to see that, patreon.com/StreamVoid pod.
Yes.
$1 a month.
$1 a month.
Cool breeze blowing through your wallet.
Yeah. We had a guy... We were in the save on.
Yes.
Just filming away.
Yep.
Stuck in a lineup.
Yep.
Not the last person in the lineup. Not like the second person.
Yeah.
Who was
We're in the middle.
We're in the middle. And this kid comes up and he's like, hey, I'll take you guys over here.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
VIP treatment.
VIP treatment.
Yeah. He rang us through and I said that if we were real YouTubers with money, we would have slapped him a hundo.
Yeah.
Been like, thanks, homie, but we just gave him a respect instead.
Mad respect.
I don't give him enough respect to remember his name, but
and he'll end up in the video for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a good time anyways.
Yes. Yeah. I
So
had a lot of fun.
We might release that for the everybody eventually, but right now Patreon exclusive.
Yeah, for sure. We recorded 22 gigs of 4K.
Yo, god damn, that's a lot.
Yeah. I pulled it. My phone was actually warning me that, hey, you're going to run out of space. You got 20 minutes of footage left to record.
Wow.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Crazy.
So I pulled all of that off yesterday. Took a half an hour to
Holy.
transfer it all.
Crazy. Did the audio sound good?
I don't know. I haven't checked it.
Oh, okay. Alrighty.
I think it should sound fine.
Yeah, we hooked up my Rode mics to his cell phone and we're recording with the wireless lapels, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool beans.
Cool beans. The Last of Us.
Oh, yeah.
That is a series. It is also a video game series. There's part 1 and part 2. Part 2, of course, decisive due to certain character arc choices that some people find offensive, which they can suck it, really.
I guess. I don't know. I haven't actually played it, so I'm sure it's not as bad as everyone makes it out to be.
It's probably not as bad as everyone makes it out to be, but
yeah,
they started a series on HBO.
Yes, they
with
did.
Pedro Pascal.
Yes, they did.
What a legend.
Yeah.
And the first episode came out last Sunday.
Was it Sunday?
It was Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, because it comes out today as well, the 22nd.
The second episode?
Yes.
Okay. It's a long-ass episode.
Yeah.
It's like an hour and a half.
A lot happens in this episode to set it up. Really good.
So
first off, really good.
Follows the story of the game at the start, kind of, more or less, sort of, but not really.
I have no idea what the storyline of the game is, so when things happen,
up to that point, it was pretty much the way the game goes. So the only difference is like the game starts the night of the outbreak, whereas in this, they have to establish a little bit more of what's going on.
So there can be more character building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And basically, Joel's at home with his daughter, Sarah. He's a single dad, whatever. He's trying his best in this workaday world.
Yeah.
It's his birthday, whatever. And
they do a lot of character development with his daughter, and you learn a lot about.
Well, they want you to be like,
oh yeah, they sure do.
I really like this character. She's a really sweet girl and everything like that.
Yeah.
So when she does, oh, by the way, spoilers to everybody.
Oh yeah, extreme spoilers.
Extreme spoilaging happening here. So when she gets shot and dies, they want you to feel it, right?
Oh yeah, I felt it.
They did it good in the game. They did it good in the show too, but I already knew it was happening, so it was just kind of like, well, that's the point where she dies.
Yeah. See, I didn't know it was happening, but I was like, wait a minute, this isn't Ellie, so what's going on here?
Yeah.
And it happens. You're like,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So in the game, if you don't know anything about the game, then it's kind of like, holy shit, weren't expecting that, right? I found it more like emotional in the game just because I knew it was coming.
Yeah, you knew
it was a foregone. As soon as she came on the screen, it's like, hey, Dad. I'm like, well, rest in peace. Rest in peace, young girl.
Yeah.
I was looking at her and I was like, wow, her hair looks so cool. It's so
super
cool. Curly, whatever. And she was a great actress, whatever. She played her role well. And then someone I saw on Reddit commented later, like, oh, she looks so much like her mom. I was like, who the fuck is her mom? And then I looked into it. Do you remember like Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise and Tandy Newton?
Sure.
Okay.
Which one was that?
It's like the first one.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So her mom is Tandy Newton. She was also in like Interview with the Vampire and stuff like that. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, wow, she does look like her mom. I was like, holy shit, she totally does. But then classic, another Nepo baby on TV.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Anyways.
Yeah, I mean, the intro was super good. They set the scene up.
The whole thing was like straight from the game.
Oh, yeah.
Like the truck driving down the road and like, oh, that's Eddie's farm and it's on fire. And they're driving this through the city. They're like, go in reverse. Like all that shit's in the game, basically.
Yeah.
But then the zombie dudes come out. None of the stuff, though, that happens like beforehand where she sees like the grandma in the wheelchair acting crazy.
That was creepy as frig.
Yeah, none of that shit happens in the game. It literally starts with her waking up and her dad's not at home.
Yeah.
And then she goes downstairs and turns on the TV and it says like, stay in your homes. And then she hears an explosion outside. So. Yeah,
the character building was like before the game starts. Mm-hmm. Like the stuff they filmed before that was all really good.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, hey.
Yeah. Well, they had to do it too.
Yeah.
And all that shit filmed in Alberta.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The whole series is filmed in like Calgary, I think.
Oh, there you go.
Then we get to like 20 years later.
Yeah.
Joel's all haggard.
Yeah.
He's been living in this zombie workaday world.
Yeah, in this military dictatorship compound kind of deal.
Yeah. Where they're executing people for leaving the compound and whatever.
Just hanging them, too.
Yeah.
Straight up hanging them.
Gotta save the bullets. Too expensive.
Yeah.
But it's like exactly the same as in the game. The Fireflies are like trying to break down the military dictatorship.
Yeah.
And Joel wants to get out and he's worked a deal and they gotta go get the guy and he gets killed by Fireflies.
the whole part where I can't remember what the girl's name is.
Like Joel's girlfriend?
Joel's girlfriend, yeah.
I don't remember her fake name, but her real name is Anna Torv. And she was in Fringe, if you've ever seen Fringe.
No.
She also was the main character in the game Heavenly Sword.
Oh.
If you're familiar with that game.
So because I don't know the game at all, I don't know how everything's progressing. Yeah. So when she's like sitting in the thing and the dude's apologizing profusely for his guys beating her up, I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, here? That part I don't think was in the game.
Oh, that was pretty good. And then she goes back to the apartment and Joel's there. And she's like, oh, Joel's her guy.
Yeah.
That he's scared of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Joel's the man. Yeah. Basically, they want to get this battery. They go get it back. They find the Fireflies. And then the Fireflies are like, we have a deal. You take Ellie out of here. You can have your battery to go find your brother.
Yeah.
So he agrees to it. He agrees to it. They don't know why Ellie's so valuable. Yeah. I mean, we know. Well, I mean, I guess I know from the game. You probably didn't know.
I put it together.
It's pretty, like, you could figure it out. Like, you're the most important girl in the world.
Yeah.
Well, why would that be in this zombie world? That's weird.
Why are you testing to see if she's turned into a zombie?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they clue it off pretty easily as long as you're not
asleep.
Thick as frig.
Yeah. I don't remember in the game if Ellie is exactly so much like of a potty mouth. I can't remember exactly. I don't remember her telling like people to fuck off and stuff, but I mean, I didn't play through the whole game, so I don't remember. But the way I remembered it in the game is that she kind of starts off as just like a young girl. Like she's not, I don't think in the game she's from like the military and escaped, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas in this, she was given to the military and then she ran away and they took her, they captured her or whatever. But when they're trying to escape the city, same thing. They're going to test her. She like stabs the guy and they escape. It's like same beats from the game. So
yeah,
I mean, I'm not surprised exactly. The game is like notoriously known for the story.
Yeah. Like
the gameplay kind of sucks. Like the bit I played was kind of like, this is just like a generic action game. So like, it's definitely not really known for the gameplay in my opinion.
Surprise. Game with great storyline, not known for its good gameplay.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a game. So like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Like, is there another game that would be converted to a movie television program that could stick so closely to the like source material?
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, every other game, it's just a series of fetch quests. Like, they can't make that into a movie or show, really.
Yeah, it'd have to be a game like this a game like this for sure to bit turned into a series.
As I was watching it, I was like, oh, like I knew the show was coming. I knew Pedro Pascal was in it.
Yeah.
But then it was like, I've seen Ellie's pictures, whatever. And then I was like, oh, she was on Game of Thrones. She was like, I don't know. Did you watch Game of Thrones?
I've seen a couple episodes.
She was like the queen of like one of the little, I don't know, countries or whatever in Game of Thrones. But she was like the most uber badass queen because she's like 12.
Oh, yeah. And
she's like leading the charge in the war and everything like that. Like, she literally gets killed by a troll, I think, or something like that in the show. So I was like, oh yeah, she's in Game of Thrones. And I was like, wait, Pedro Pascal was on Game of Thrones too. So it's like, holy shit, they were both on an HBO show and they're on another HBO show. That's
strange.
crazy.
That's strange.
So yeah,
Pedro Pascal's a good pick. That's for sure.
Sure.
I enjoy Pedro Pascal.
Does a good job as Joel.
Yeah. Well, the one scene I really liked in this, well, the entire opening, of course, before the daughter gets shot was fantastic. The part where they go down into the metro to get through the sneaky part into the building, and they go and they see that the one zombie that had all been fungled out because he couldn't find anything to eat. I suppose that's how it works. If he doesn't find enough to eat, he gets fungled out.
I mean,
and the fungus just
maybe
spreads in a standard fungus thing. That scene was really cool.
Yeah.
They really did good on those practical effects, if that was practical.
Yeah, I don't know if it was or not. It looked cool though anyways.
Yeah, for sure.
I think in the show they're not going to wear any gas masks. In the game they wear gas masks of the spores and everything, but I think they just dropped that for the show.
I don't know. I don't think they do.
Well, I think they do because I read they did.
Oh.
They already said they did.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
I think it's just because you can't have the main characters wearing a mask all the time.
Mandalorian.
Yeah, but like, no, that's a different show, dude. That's
Pedro Pascal wearing a mask the entire time.
Mandalorian is like just like an action show, basically. Whereas this is not an action show. This is a human drama that just happens to have almost zombies in it, but not really because they're not zombies. Don't call them zombies. It's not a zombie show.
It's not a zombie show.
Please don't call them zombies.
It's a fungaloid takeover show.
Oh yeah, the intro when they have the 60s talk show.
Oh yeah, that was great.
That's not in the game, obviously, but yeah, that was very cool. It looked very like, I was like, damn, this could have been made in the 60s.
I know, because I was like watching, I was like, is that the stream I'm watching that it makes it look like this? Like this? It was no. I think that was a very good addition to help people to understand who are not maybe versed in how
funguses,
those takeover funguses work.
Yeah, the parasitic funguses. The other thing too, I'll say, is the title credits reminded me of like the Game of Thrones title credits, because it was like the colony of the fungus was spreading. Yeah. Whereas in the Game of Thrones credits, it showed like the cities spreading out, and everything. So it just reminded me.
I couldn't put my finger on what that reminded me of when I was watching. It was like, oh, this looks familiar.
Which, the intro?
Yeah,
that's what it reminded me of. This is the Game of Thrones intro. So yeah, I liked it.
Oh, maybe it was the Unlimited intro that it reminded me of.
I don't know what that is.
The Unlimited TV series?
Never seen it. Never heard of it. Never watched it. I don't know. Oh, you mean the superhero show?
No, the
Unlimited. I don't know what it is.
No, Limitless. That's the one.
Oh, we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
When he takes the douchebag pill.
Yeah.
No, you watched that show? God damn,
yeah, it was really good.
Oh, jeez Louise.
Well, the first two seasons were really good.
No, I'd never watched that. So, yeah, the movie was the Bradley Cooper takes the douchebag pill. Yeah. It was Flowers for Algernon, but in the modern day. Yeah, that's right.
And Bradley Cooper's in the TV series as well.
Really?
Yeah.
How did they do that?
I don't know, but
how much money did they give him? Holy shit.
Well, he's not the lead guy in it. He's in there like a couple times.
Oh.
Because he's like the president.
Oh. Okay. I thought you meant he was like
he's
the
a
lead.
Senator.
I was like, wow, they must have gave him a lot of fucking money to do that. Holy shit.
Yeah, he's in maybe one episode a season.
Okay.
And it's, when he shows up, it's pretty cool because he's Bradley Cooper.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'm going to continue watching. I'm enjoying it.
Yes.
I guess the game will be spoiled for me, and I can just skip to part 2.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't think I was planning on playing the game anyway, so that's fine.
It's on PC now.
Oh, PC?
Yeah.
I'll wait for Returnal.
Yes.
If I'm going to play a
Sony game.
Console game on PC.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Game Club. This is a segment of the show where we talk about a video game that we have been playing from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
And every podcast we play a chapter or a segment or a timed interval of that game, and then we talk about it.
Yes.
We have never done a timed interval of a game. We've always done chapters because it's a lot easier.
I think I think we played one timed interval of Death Stranding.
No, we haven't.
Way back in the day?
We talked about it, but
we didn't play it?
No.
Oh. Why did I buy those 2 copies then?
Well, we were playing it. Oh, what? Yeah, why?
Well, the idea was to do it for Game Club, and I bought us each a copy, and I'm sure we talked about it at least once, but then it was like, oh, it doesn't work too well when you're only playing a timed interval.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, I made it to here. Well, I did this. All I did was deliveries. Oh, well, there's not much to talk about.
Yeah. And I think it made it a lot harder when I was on the road.
That is also true, too.
Doing that kind of stuff.
That is also true. We could always retry the timed interval.
Yes.
I'd like to play Death Stranding.
Yeah. Except now I need the director's cut.
I mean, not really. I mean,
but
I guess
the tutorial so I know what I'm doing.
Okay, all right. Anyways. We'll figure it out another time.
Yeah, we will.
We're playing Plague Tale right now.
Tale Requiem.
I'd rather be playing Death Stranding.
Chapter 12. I forgot to pull up the synopsis.
What's the synopsis? They had to escape? I got you.
Lord of the Flies? No, Chapter 12, Requiem.
I got it figured out for you.
Do you?
Yeah. They got to get away off the island. They're on the way to the boat.
Yes.
And the guard comes up and is like, no, the Count wants to talk to you. Your mummy is here. And they're like, let's go see Mummy.
I was like, oh, great.
And I was like, how did their mom find them?
Yeah, I don't want to see Mummy, and I don't want to see freaking Lucas.
So I was like, this will go well for everybody involved. So we follow the guard back to the castle with some slow-ass walking through a slow-ass city under slow-ass siege by slow-ass rats.
Very slow-ass, yeah.
And they're just like... You know, you hear people wailing like, what about my husband? He was bit by a rat. We've got to light more fires. We finally get to the castle, and our mom is waiting for us. Hugo is like, Mummy, are you mad at us? And then another guard comes and is like, you've been summoned to see the Count. And she's like, me? Why me? It's time to go. The Count asks, I command. Okay, fine. So we follow the guard slowly through the castle. Follow.
Building that dramatic tension.
And we get to the Count, and the Count's like, you know, we got to show you something. It's not like you can just tell me, you got to show me.
Yeah, we got to go up the stairs. So we
slowly slow the Count through the castle. And the Count's so stupid, he wants to toy with Amicia. So rather than just stabbing her in the back, he kicks her down some stairs.
Yeah.
So then her arm's all fucked up, and she's like, I got to get out of here. And we slowly crawl away from the Count while the Count is complaining about how she's fucked everything up and how, you know, this prophecy is going to happen for his wife. And she's like, you've got it all wrong. That's not how the prophecy goes. He's like, yeah, probably. I made it all up. My wife is crazy. I wanted to make her happy. So I made it up, and now she's happy, but she believes it. So I guess you got to die. So then we have to slowly run away from the Count into one of the most tedious and like rage-inducing sections of the game so far. Of us dodging and trying to open a gate, and then that's like...
Yes.
The game, okay. Maybe it's my fault. I don't know. The whole point of this, we're getting chased.
We're in a kitchen.
We
start off in a kitchen, and we got to like maneuver through the kitchen so that the Count can't get us.
So the Count,
with a broken arm, we can't really win.
So this part, I got through no problem. The kitchen was not a problem.
Yeah.
I immediately went through it.
Yeah.
Crawl under a table, crawl under another table, I'm through.
Yeah.
We eventually get to a room where we have to pull a crank to open the gate.
Yeah.
So maybe it's my fault. I've been being chased by the Count. I'm in a hurry. So I see the crank. I start cranking.
Crank it.
Crank it 3 times. So
just twice.
Just twice. So I start cranking. The gate starts moving. Amici's like, it's too noisy. The Count comes busting in. I'm like, oh shit. I gotta stop. I gotta like avoid the Count. Come back to the crank. Turn the crank. So I'm like, I'm trying to climb under a table. Go like whatever. Hide into this area. Try to hide behind these shelves. You know, kind of get away. But then the Count sees you. He moves faster than you. He grabs you, kills you. Okay, let me try it this way. I'll try the left crank this time. Same thing. The Count sees you. You crawl under a table. He grabs your ankle, pulls you out, kills you. You know, okay, what do I do this time? I'll pull this crank and I'll run to the other crank, see if that makes a difference. No, the Count gets you die. So like 4 times I die. So I'm like, oh my fucking God, what am I supposed to do here? So then this next time I'm like, fuck it, I'll just walk around the room. Like, I'm not going to turn the crank. So of course now the Count has stopped chasing you. And you can run around the room for as long as you'd like. Just looking.
Yep.
You don't have to do anything.
Sure
just
don't.
look. So I'm like, oh my fucking God, this game. So I look around and I'm breaking all the pots so they don't make any sounds. And then I finally get into a room and Amisa's like, oh, maybe I could trap him in this room. It's like, he's not even here, first of all.
Hey.
And now it's like, oh, this is what I have to do. So then, of course, I do it this time. I turn the crank. I run down into the room. I go through the crack through the hallway. He goes into the room. I get out and I can close the door and he's trapped. And it's like, oh my fucking God, this goddamn game, man.
Yeah, so I cranked it once.
Yeah.
Count came in the room. I just dodged him, avoided him as much as I could. I'm like, how the frig do I do this?
Yeah.
And then, you know, I'm just chilling, just waiting for the Count to do what he's doing. Try and get up and crank it another time. No, Count's like, hey, I'm coming to you, Misha. Yep. I'm gonna get you. Yep. And time passes. I'm like, well, what the frig am I supposed to do? And all of a sudden, Misha goes, oh, maybe I can trap him in this room over there.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God.
She didn't say that one time when I was getting killed.
You probably got killed too quickly. Like, it took a long time for her to even say that, of me just like avoiding the Count around bookshelves. We were just circling the bookshelf.
Yeah.
Like the entire time. He'd be like, oh, I see you. Oh, where'd you go?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So I never went into those rooms when I was being chased because it's like, oh, a closed room. Like I went up to the door. You can't close it. So I was like, well, what the fuck is the point of this?
Yeah. He has to be in there for you to close it.
So
the prompt
of course.
comes up though.
Well, it comes up, but it's got like a slash through it. So like you can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I can't do anything. This fucking game, man. Anyways, we lock up the Count. We go to the square. I don't even know where the fuck we are. Our mom's on the stage. The Countess is there. She's crazy, talking about the mother, how the son has come finally, and I'm going to be a great mom to your kid. Like, sorry,
sorry, your kid's mine now.
Misi's like,
the prophecy.
Yeah, Misi comes out and is like, hey, fuck you, you suck. Let my mom go. Misi's gets killed. Rest in peace, I guess.
Yeah, Amicia tries to fight the Count again.
Yeah, the Count. She gets the Count's sword, and the Count's like toying with her, cuts off her ponytail or braid or whatever.
Yeah.
Hugo's like, and then again, we get to be Hugo, and then it's time to slowly walk through the castle, where Hugo's like, oh, I want to find mommy. Oh, I hear voices. Let me go look. And you slowly climb the stairs.
When that part happened, I was like, oh, we finally actually get to be Hugo now?
Yeah.
This far into the game and we actually get to be Hugo?
Well,
okay.
We were him one other time already.
Were we?
Well, we controlled the rats at that one point.
Yeah, but that was just the rats. That wasn't walking around.
I guess Hugo. So. I mean, I would barely call this controlling Hugo.
Yeah, I think this was about the time in the first one that we got control of Hugo, though.
Yeah, when we would like walk around and try to find the mom in the prison.
Yeah. That was much more.
But like that was actually gameplay.
Yeah, that was actually gameplay and good.
This could have been literally a cutscene of Hugo popping his head up the stairs. Like they didn't have to. Anyways, whatever.
They're trying to build dramatic tension, and I just
was like,
working.
oh my fucking God, seriously. So Hugo gets Super Saiyan on them and summons all the rats, and we kill all the guards and shit like that.
Yeah.
I hated this scene too.
It was so boring and so stupid. It's like, oh, get the rats over there, yay!
But the rats also were like slow too. Yeah. So you'd pull the trigger and they take a second, and
I died quite a few times in this because
the rats?
The warnings wouldn't come up when the guy was right behind me.
No, I didn't die, but I came close to getting attacked, but I didn't die. We would just squirt the rats out, and the rats would come out of the ground and kill the guards.
Yeah, until the meter filled up, and then...
Until our rage meter filled, and then we could summon them to kill the Countess, which we did.
Yeah.
And then the Count is like, I'm going to make sure you never leave the island. Okay.
Great.
I'm already trapped in hell, so okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we fall through the floor, eventually.
Yeah, and we're down in a pit or something.
Hugo's out.
Why didn't Lucas die?
Lucas falls down, we all fall down, and now it's the three of us
Lucas
together again.
Is way more annoying than Amicia's mom.
Oh, God, way more.
This whole game, man, I don't know. I just have to assume it took them 10 years to make the first game, from like idea concept to actual release. Like they had a lot of time to work on it and think about what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, it was a hit. We got to make another one. You have 2 years. Go. And it's just like, oh my God, this is what they made.
This is literally what they made. And it's like, oh, surprise, the Count and the Countess are the bad people. Oh, the Countess is dead, now it's just the Count. Like, what the...
So what happens next chapter? Oh, the guy we sold out when we first met the Count is going to be there to rescue us again?
Oh. Armand?
Yeah.
Can we have Armand back? That'd be great. Armand, go kill this guy. Sweet, I'm on it.
Yeah, I mean, now I have a crossbow, so it doesn't matter. I have a crossbow and I can I can get my bolts back.
Yeah.
So I'm not too concerned about anything. But like, anyways, if this was not part of Game Club, I would have stopped playing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I would have been done
At
with
this point right here would have been the part where I'm like...
Yeah. Once I died to the Count 5 times, I was like, this fucking game, man. Like, seriously. Like, okay, maybe it's my fault that I didn't explore and figure out like, oh, there's a crack here that I can go through back into the lobby, and I can go through into the other room, and then I can have him chase me and I can lock him in. Like, maybe that's my fault. But like, couldn't they have had, like, every other thing in the game has a voice cue. Couldn't Amicia have gone into the room and be like, I have a minute. I don't have to hurry.
Yeah.
I can look around.
Yeah, I think I've lost
Whereas the whole part leading up to this is just continually being chased by the Count.
Yeah.
Like, do not stop running. The Count will kill you.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, and the whole other game is like fed you with voice lines. Oh, maybe we can do this. Oh, let's do that.
It's not even like it feeds you voice lines. It's just so much better constructed.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's on me.
When I was like, oh, it's rat swarming time. Let's go. And then it gives us this rat swarming crap.
Yeah. I mean, I think it'll be different. That was just for this. Well, it's kind of like in the first game where you do rescue Amicia's mom.
Yeah.
And they're in the little pit area and Hugo is summoning the rats and his mom's like, don't give up to the rats. And he's like, they're coming through the doors and he's sending the rats to attack them as they come through the doors in the circular room.
Yeah.
That's kind of what this was, except outside.
Yeah. This didn't have the impact that did.
I think that's just because we're so like over the game.
Probably. And you would think that killing the Countess would be a much bigger event than what this was. Like, it just didn't, it's just whatever.
I mean, we finally did it, but whatever. Anyways.
Yeah, chapter ends after we fall down and start getting up and walking around again. Yay.
Yeah. It's whatever it is.
Yeah, it's literally whatever.
So there's only like
whatever.
3 more chapters left or whatever.
Yeah.
So
we'll get through it.
Then we'll be done.
Final thoughts.
I mean, yeah. I can't really recommend it. The first game, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, first game, 100%. Recommend it. Go. Play that game.
Second
it's amazing.
One, I don't know. I haven't even looked at the reviews of the game. I'd be interested to see what everyone says about it.
I've heard that everyone liked it.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because we're playing a chapter at a time, but I don't think that would do it either, because we did the same thing with Guardians of the Galaxy, and we did the same thing with the first Plague Tale.
Yeah.
And Guardians of the Galaxy, great. First Plague Tale, great. Alan Wake, I mean, gameplay-wise, But even then, the gameplay, I find, I wasn't dying like to stupid shit all the time in Alan Wake like I am in this game.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Like Alan Wake, it was more like, the gameplay's because it's easy.
It's just
It's just like shine a flashlight at a guy, shoot him with your gun.
Yep.
Like
it was repetitive.
Yeah.
With a few breaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, whatever. Whatever.
So, yes.
Yeah. Another week, another Plague Tale.
Yeah. See, with the first Plague Tale, I was just like, oh, I actually have to stop myself from continuing to play because I want to see what happens. Whereas this one, now that this has
as soon as the chapter was over, I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
I can stop playing.
Stop playing this game.
Yeah, I would have stopped playing. This would have been, the end. Like, dying to the stupid count, I would have been like, all right, fuck this game.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, if... well, that all depends on if we manage to push past Chapter 3. For me, it's like if I managed to get past Chapter 3, then this is where I would have stopped. But I would have stopped at Chapter 3.
Yeah, exactly. It did get better after Chapter 3.
Yeah, but
it's like a sine wave.
Yeah,
it starts down here and goes up, and then it's like, nah, fuck that. We're gonna go back down
right
here.
Back down.
So maybe by the end we'll be like, this was game of the year.
Yeah,
who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, they followed up Chapter 11. Where it was like actiony, there were a few frustrating parts, but it was still good. The set pieces were all fantastic.
Yeah,
and we learned a lot in that chapter to this.
Yeah,
where it's like, oh,
it's a filler chapter, but it also was like a terrible chapter.
Yeah.
Anyways,
just the most anticlimactic.
Yeah. Oh well. Whatever.
Speaking of climaxing, patreon.com/StreamVoidPod. I know we talked about it earlier already, but we're going to talk about it again. You can get in there. You can support this stream. You can support this podcast for as little as $1 a month. And what does that get you? What does your $1 a month get you? Well, it gets you all of the bonus content.
Yes.
All of it. There's no bonus content locked behind the $10 paywall. There's no bonus content locked behind the $25 paywall. You get it all for $1 a month. That includes all the bonus videos that we put out that do not go out there. It's not a regular. It's just a bonus video that we do. Like we did the 1 chip challenge for our first bonus video. The next bonus video is going to be to consume luncheon meat, various
taste
brands.
Testing.
Let you know, taste test. We're going to taste it cooked or not cooked. We're going to taste it straight out of the can.
Raw dog
taste it fried. And we're going to give you guys our opinions on all of that.
Yep.
You also get the pre-show content and the pro show content. And you get this podcast early today, Sunday, the day that we are recording, rather than on Wednesday when the rest of y'all are listening to this. Yes. So, and there's usually an hour of bonus content. Sometimes there's 2 hours. Sometimes we go nuts.
True. Definitely true.
Yes. That is correct.
Yes. So sign up. What's wrong with you?
Patreon.com/StreamVoidPond.
Yep.
Let's get into the news.
Sure. Oh, there's a news theme?
Yes. Popular Steam game raises price after 7 years without a sale.
Can you guess what game it is?
Can you out there guess what game it is?
I mean,
you're wrong. It's Factorio.
That's like the only game, though, that's done that, I think.
That's the only one that's made the news, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been 7 years.
Yeah.
It's been in early access for many of those years.
Well, it still is, isn't it?
No, it's out now.
It's out now?
Factorio 1.0 is out.
Oh, okay.
Now.
They're just still updating it.
They're still updating it with more content, I think. I could be wrong.
Okay.
It's been a while since I played it unmodded.
Oh, okay.
So I tend to play it modded as well. They're quoting inflation as the primary driving factor for upping the price.
Okay. All right. Inflation is a real thing.
Yes.
But the cost to make the game is not going up.
No, the game has sold millions of copies.
They could have just kept on keeping on with the price here.
They could have.
I mean, just say you're increasing the price.
Yeah.
Don't say it's because of inflation.
We're going to pop the price up a little.
Yeah, it's going up in whatever's time. But saying because of inflation, yeah, okay, that's probably true. But I mean, I think the game's been paid for a few times over now.
Yeah, their team grew. They had a 2-man team, 3-man team, and now it's a 20-man team.
Okay,
but they still it's a $40 game.
Yeah,
when it was in early access, it was not $40. It was quite a bit less.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's a $40 game. Now that it's out, it's, in my opinion, worth every penny.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yep.
It's very well put together.
Uh-huh.
It's optimized very well.
I would fucking hope so, looking at the graphics.
Yeah, it is just like a pixel art kind of graphic, but there's so much that can be going on in one on your screen at once with all the conveyor belts and all the bad guys and the shooting and all that kind of stuff that, it might bog you down like Vampire Survivors does to my Steam Deck. But,
that's your Steam Deck though.
But I don't know. I think it's a really good game and I think it's worth $40.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not worth the money. I'm just saying saying it's because of inflation.
Yeah.
Like what are they saying? The cost of their raw materials has gone up? Like, no, I don't think so.
The cost of your internet data?
No, is any other game being increased price? I guess some console games and stuff, like new releases are going up in price.
Yes, they are.
I don't know. It just seems weird to me, the way you phrase it that way.
Yeah, they could have just been like, we're just going to raise the price.
Or they could have just raised the price. Don't even say anything. Just do it. Be like, yeah, we did a price increase.
Yeah, down $42.
So, anyways, I still haven't bought the game yet. I feel that I would probably enjoy it, but
yeah, you would.
I haven't.
Maybe
I haven't pulled the trigger yet. I mean, I like Satisfactory.
It's quite a bit different.
Similar.
It's similar concepts.
Yeah,
but it's quite different in the way it plays.
I mean, yeah, I know. I've seen your spaghetti. I know.
You've seen my spaghetti.
Yeah, and then now it's getting review bombed on Steam.
Yes.
Because the Wiener Steamers are out.
Like yesterday's got like so many negative reviews. Day before that's got so many negative reviews.
So these people already bought the game.
Yeah. So, you literally already bought it.
So like they either already owned it and decided to write a negative review on a game they already purchased for cheaper, or they bought it now to leave a negative review.
Could be.
Sometimes people just make me shake my head, SMH my head all day long.
SMH.
Like, yeah, you either already got a deal on it, and now you're standing up for your gamer brothers by writing a negative review? Like, is that what's happening? God,
yeah, I don't know.
Groupthink is real. Holy, good lord. Critical thinking, they flush that shit down the toilet. They don't want that critical thinking anymore.
No.
Get rid of that shit. So, whatever.
Yeah, it is literally what it is.
I'm considering if I'm going to buy it or not. There's other, like, sort of games that I've bought that I haven't played enough anyways already, like RimWorld.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I guess I have played it. I looked at it, it's like, I've played it for 50 hours, but I feel like that's one a game you could play for like 1,000 hours before you'll be like, I've got my money's worth out of RimWorld now.
Yeah.
So
you probably want to get Dwarf Fortress before you get...
I have been wanting Dwarf Fortress literally since like... when did it come out? Like the year 2000 and something?
No. This year.
No,
last year.
It came out on Steam last year. I'm talking about when it was like ASCII art back in the day, just straight up ASCII art.
Yeah, but this is the full release.
No. This is just a graphical overlay on the ASCII art game. It's not the full release.
Isn't this 1.0 though?
I don't think so. I don't think there's ever a 1.0 in Dwarf Fortress. No, this is literally just a graphical overlay of the ASCII art. So I've wanted Dwarf Fortress since I heard about it way back in the day with the ASCII art, where your dwarf would be a D. So that would be one I'd like to get to, but I would probably like to play it with the actual art rather than the ASCII art.
Yeah.
And then even Satisfactory still. I played that a lot. That's what I kind of wish Epic had a hour listing for your, how many hours you've played. I guess I could total up my saves and see how much I've played in it, but
yeah,
I don't know. I played it for a bunch anyways.
Yeah, me too.
I played it the other day.
It's good.
Yeah. I was making a steel factory.
You're making a steel
factory.
Ah, yes.
And then I made some steel pipes.
Very good.
The game gets like a lot better once you can do coal power. The whole biomass burners is a big drag.
Big drag.
The only thing if they change it so you can hook up a container to a biomass burner, that would change it to be way better. Because then you
have that.
Because then you could like automate it, just put the leaves in, put the sticks in. It could make a whole thing straight to it. But I think they just want it to be, this level has no power automation, basically.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
This is the struggle bus.
Yeah, because
cramming leaves into your biomass
it's like
burner.
Literally a race to get to coal power.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
Yeah, you got to speedrun coal power for sure.
Oh, big time.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, Factorio. It's a game on Steam.
Yeah, and it's going up in price.
So buy it now.
We don't really know how much, though.
I thought they said $10.
Did they say $10?
I thought so. I
know.
could be mistaken.
I don't think I really read a price increase.
Can't be more than
$5.
Okay, can't be more than that though, because that would be crazy.
Yeah, $5 is $5.
Yeah. So go buy it if you're thinking about it before the price goes up.
Yeah.
It's also, too, it's already out in 1.0. Like, it's a little different, like, when Grounded went to 1.0. They said, like, hey, we're doing it in early access. It's, like, cheaper now. Make sure you buy it before 1.0 comes out.
Yeah.
Because it's going to go up when it's a full release. And lo and behold, it went up to a higher price on full release. So
there you go. You guys can't even afford $5. It's only $5.
I mean, it's only $5. But, like, to you and me, $5 is nothing. But,
yes.
like, to some people, especially not in North America, $5 is not nothing.
No, that's a lot.
That's like a week's worth of food or something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a little different for us.
Yes, it is true.
Whereas I spend $5 like a day on energy drinks. Minimum.
I buy mine in bulk.
Yeah, I should probably do that too, but I don't think you save that much.
I save probably $1 a can.
I was at the corner store buying my Monsters, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll get a Coke too, like a bottle of Coke, 500 ml or whatever it is. It was cheaper to buy an energy drink than a Coke. Like a Coke was like $3 something. And if I buy 2 energy drinks, it's $5.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, fuck you, Coke.
The gurus
eat shit and die
at Husky finally went on an actual 2 for something sale.
Oh, wow.
It's 2 for $6.
They're more expensive than a Monster.
Yes.
Crazy.
And not as big.
Sorry, mine's bigger. What can I say?
That's okay.
Anyways.
Next up, the Marvel Avengers. Reportedly announcing end of development as early as next week.
No, they already announced that it's not going to be next week. It's in September when they're going to stop it. But yeah, what a disaster of a game. So it was kind of destined to fail from the start.
Yeah.
First thing, no movie license.
Fail.
So like they don't have a movie accurate Iron Man or Thor or anything.
That would have cost probably way too much.
Yeah. Still, they could have used sound alike or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So that was a big thing when it first announced. They had the designs of like Tony Stark and everything was just like, oh my God, what the fuck are these designs? And it's like,
who's this guy?
Well, they're kind of like comic book accurate.
Yeah.
So the second strike against them is they decided single player should be Miss Marvel to start off. Big mistake.
That's it?
Well, yeah.
You had to be Miss Marvel in single player?
To start it off. Yeah, you have to be Miss Marvel. For like the tutorial stuff, basically.
Oh.
Because Miss Marvel was not really a known quantity back then. Also, the Wiener Boys.
Wiener Boys.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
But then it was just a disaster when they would have... Like, do you remember when they reduced how much EXP you would get, but then introduced paid EXP boosters to take it up to the same level?
Oh, yeah.
Just a whole, like, fuck around type thing. So, again, this was another, like, $60 game that should have been free to play. That would have probably... The game would probably be still fine and going if they'd done it that way.
Yeah.
Because generally those free to play games make a lot of money from people that don't want to buy a game, but they'll be like, oh yeah, I'll buy this $60 gem pack or whatever. So they could, I don't know, maybe they're just cutting their losses with this and being like, you know what, fuck it, who cares? Because they could make it free to play. Well, they kind of are making it free to play because in September, like the shop is going away and they're just making everything free.
Oh.
Except the game.
Yes.
So like everything in the shop will be free. The single player stuff will still be good, but then they're going to shut down the servers. So yeah, I'd be pissed if I bought this game. I played it on Game Pass. It was enjoyable for a night. I had a fun time playing it. I liked being Miss Marvel and embiggening and smashing people with my rubber fists. That was kind of fun.
Nice.
But yeah, this was one of the ones that Square Enix sold to the Embracer Group because they sold Crystal Dynamics to Embracer Group. So Embracer owns this now, and Embracer's like, nah, we're kind of done with this. So I'm not surprised they're shutting it down.
Yeah. I didn't see anything on it. Well, I didn't play it. I haven't seen any gameplay.
It's just like a beat 'em up, like loot. It's like Diablo, third person Diablo. So you play as Miss Marvel, you punch guys. Occasionally they'll drop like a new bracelet for her to wear, increase her stats. You level up, you get skills. You can unlock cosmetics or buy cosmetics. It's just like a loot and punch, basically. It was fine. I had an enjoyable time-ish playing it. Yeah.
Very good.
I played it on Game Pass, so the price was right.
The price was right.
Yeah.
Yeah, just from all the problems, I heard it had, then I'm not surprised that it's shutting down. These guys did not do a good job of, making it,
Even when I first heard about it, I was just like, this doesn't sound like something that good. And I remember some people in the games press were like, oh, I tried the Avengers at, E3 and it was really lots of fun and big potential and everything. I mean, with previews, they always do that where they...
Oh, yeah. Give you the best.
Like, well, they can manage. They can just say, like, there's potential there. Every game has potential. Of course, any game could potentially be better. Like, no shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's interesting anyways.
Yeah.
So, I think they should make it free to play.
That'd
why not?
Better.
Like, why not?
Yeah.
Maybe they had a clause in their deal with Disney saying, like, it can't be a free to play game.
Could be.
Yeah, who knows how the deal is. Because I don't think there is a free-to-play Marvel game except, like, Marvel Snap. Or maybe some other mobile games, but there's no, like... I don't think there's any console game that's free-to-play for Marvel.
Yeah, not entirely sure. I don't seek out Marvel games to play.
Just movies to watch?
Just movies to watch.
Okay.
And I will watch them all repeatedly.
Did you buy your ticket for Quantum Mania yet?
No.
No.
I don't even know what that is. Is
it's
that
the new Ant-Man and the Wasp? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Come on.
No, I will wait for it to come out on home theater.
You say that now, but you said the same thing about Doctor Strange, you lying son of a bitch.
Well, yeah, but someone wanted to go see it, so I went to go saw it.
So you don't think that's going to happen with Ant-Man and the Wasp?
I mean, if someone says, hey, we should go see this, I'll be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. All right. So go buy your ticket.
I've been wanting to experience some of the ones that I didn't see in theater in VR, in like 3D.
Yeah.
But in order to do that, you need to have like the actual 3D copy. Because you can't stream 3D movies. It just doesn't work. Well, it does work because there's some places that do it, but you can't on the ones that I want to watch. So any of the Marvel ones, you can't do it. So I'm like, oh, Disney should just add that to their streaming service for the people who still have 3D TVs or
that's so
the
small
people
now.
who are in VR and want to watch. Because you can do it in VR.
I would think they would have had to have had some sort of market research that said there was no point in doing it.
Yeah, probably. But
if there was money to be made by doing it, they would do it.
Yeah, I think if VR kicks up a lot more and people will start watching stuff in VR more and people and all that, then maybe they'll do it. But
I don't. What do you do? Like you sit on the couch side by side in VR helmets?
Well, I mean, I just do that down here. Just sit down.
Yeah, but like
watch a show. The only so
you're not watching something that you want to watch with your wife in VR. Like you're not sitting on the couch and she's watching it 2D and you're like, I'm going to slap on the helmet here.
No, it's just if I'm watching alone, right?
Yeah, but that's like you're not watching anything she wants to watch.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Marvel, so
she doesn't want to watch
some of the stuff she does, but some of the stuff she doesn't.
Okay. Anyways.
But there's a thing called big screen, big picture, something like that. Mode? Not big picture mode, but like big screen.
Okay.
And it's a program for VR. You have to buy it. But that's the way that you can watch VR movies, or not VR, 3D movies in VR.
Oh, yeah.
Their selection is terrible, and you have to rent them. And it's mostly the Transformers movies.
Okay.
But you can't like lie down and watch it and put the screen above you. It has to be like in front of you. I'm like, why? Why is this a thing? I like try and reset the view so I'm laying down so it sets the screen up here. So I can just like lay down and watch a movie like that. But
no,
can't do it.
That's weird.
It is very weird. Big screen. Fix your stuff.
I wonder if it's because they did testing and that's like barf simulator style.
I don't think so.
Or you immediately vomit all over the place.
Asphyxiate on your own vomit because you're laying down.
And you don't know because you're in VR.
Yeah.
You just die.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy.
That would be. Speaking of crazy.
Yeah.
Forsaken. PC specs. Apparently pretty demanding.
Yeah, these are crazy PC specs. Did you see these specs?
I'm looking at them right now.
Like, to play at 720p, 60 FPS, it requires a 2070, I think it said? I can't remember.
3070.
A 3070. No, that's for like 1440p, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't... the one I'm looking at doesn't have the 720-60.
Sure does. I don't know what one you're looking at, but minimum specs are Windows 10 with a 16 gig NVIDIA 1060. Okay, 1066 gig RAM.
Yeah.
Gives you 720p 30.
Yeah.
Recommended is NVIDIA 3078 gig, gives you 1440p 30 FPS.
Yep.
And then the Ultra is the GeForce RTX 4080 16 gigs. You have 32 gigs of RAM, and it gives you 2160p 60 FPS.
That's 4K 60.
But seriously, you can't get 1440p 60 with a 3070? 24 gigs of RAM?
Yeah,
Dude.
you sure can't. And that's with a i7 8700K or a R5 3600.
I can't imagine how this game runs on console.
It probably
it probably defaults to minimum specs.
Yeah, oh yeah, minimum for sure.
But not even 60 FPS on minimum with a 1060. Oh my god, that's crazy.
I mean, 1060 is pretty old.
It is,
Games
but
are getting real demanding.
Still, that's 720p. It's not even 1060. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, the specs are pretty ridiculous. Not very well optimized. The game looks interesting, kind of. I don't know. Square's doing a lot of weird shit still. I'm surprised they didn't sell this game off to Embracer when they sold all their other shit off, too. But yeah, the specs, I saw the specs and I was like, wow, 720p, 30 FPS is what you're going for here?
Yeah. Games are getting demanding, and I don't know if Square is optimized very well.
They're a console developer for sure.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this is probably not being made by Squaresoft. I would guess this is being made by some company in the West or something like that. It doesn't seem like a... Yeah, it's being made by Luminous Productions. I don't know where Luminous is. Let me do a quick Google search here. Oh, it is Japanese.
Oh.
They are based in Japan. Okay. They've only done 2 games. Final Fantasy 15 and Forspoken. So.
Oh, Forspoken. I'm like, why can't I find the Forsaken trailer?
Oh yeah, Forspoken. Did we say Forsaken? It's Forspoken.
It's Forspoken.
You've seen this before. You probably don't remember it.
I probably have.
Where she's swinging through the fantasy world. She's like, it's like a Lion Witch in the Wardrobe where she goes through the cupboard into the land of Narnia. And she's like the hero of the world. She's the chosen one.
Yeah.
But she's just a regular girl from boring old Earth.
Boring old Earth.
Yeah. So.
I mean, if the gameplay looks exactly like the cinematic, then yeah, I can see that.
The gameplay looks like she's using magic to do flips and her magic lasso or whatever, flying around. So. Yeah,
I see a lot of physics going on in this game.
There are physics.
There's a lot of soft body physics. There's a lot of fluid dynamics going on. A lot of fluid dynamics going on.
I mean, it looks good.
Yeah.
But I think they need to, I don't know, anyways. Seems extreme that a 3070 doesn't get 60 FPS with a 1440p and 24 gigs of RAM.
It looks like there's a lot of lighting effects going on, a lot of ray tracing.
Oh yeah, big time.
A lot.
Big time. So this will be a good one to do, I don't know, benchmarking? I can't wait to see the Digital Foundry video on this game anyways.
Yeah.
Should be interesting. I would like to play this game.
It looks pretty good.
It's coming to Xbox.
There you go.
I believe. But
you'll be able to play it at 720-30.
I'd like it to just get 60 FPS.
Yeah.
30's a little not enough,
60
really.
is kind of minimum now.
Yeah.
Unless you're a pixel art.
Yeah, basically. 2D, like, I don't know, 16-bit game.
Yeah, that's not a fighting game. 30's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends how many frames the fighting game is doing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I've been watching the comparison videos on Digital Foundry, and they were comparing, like, Monster Hunter Rise, like, Switch versus Xbox and PS5, sorry. And they would always, the Switch runs at 30 FPS, and then they'd show, like, the 60 or 120 FPS. It's just like, wow. You don't know what you're missing until you actually get it for the first time. Because sure. I was used to playing console games, so 30 FPS is just like, it's
just fine.
That's what it is. And then I'll be playing, like, going back to, like, older console games, and I'll be like, oh my god, why is it not at least 60 FPS? This is terrible.
Yep.
Looks like it's
30.
It looks like it's just chugging along here. It's like, no, before this was fine. I've been wrecked.
Yeah.
They wrecked it for me.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'll check it out. Hopefully Game Pass, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to buy this for full price. It's probably $99 in Canada.
Probably $99.
Yeah.
Unless you get the gold edition or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
With extra rates.
I don't know, like, Square's like having a lot of trouble with money and shit like that. And that's why they sold off Crystal Dynamics and all that stuff, they said.
Yeah.
And they think this is the game that's gonna...
Stop investing in NFTs, Square.
Yeah, that too, but I don't know, like, this game doesn't look like a 5 million seller to me, honestly.
Not with those specs.
Well, even with the specs were decent, I don't think anyone's clamoring for the old Forspoken game.
I don't think so either. But what do I know?
I mean, nothing. I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Something I do know, though.
Uh-huh.
Power Washing Simulator getting
Yes.
a free Tomb Raider crossover later this month.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you can clean Laura's mansion.
Crazy.
Like the dirty boy you are.
Oh my God. What's in this lower drawer here, Laura? Oh my.
So it sounds like from the description you're going to get to clean the outside of the house, or there's going to be
No.
spots on the inside of the house that you're going to get to clean.
Any sort of dungeon?
There might be a dungeon, might be some artifacts you got to blast off, you know?
Oh, artifacts, you say?
Yeah.
So this is the first thing that they've done, Embracer, with Tomb Raider since they got it, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, we read an article some time ago that Amazon is publishing the next Tomb Raider game.
Yep.
And then nothing else has really happened with Tomb Raider, so that's interesting. Would
Yeah.
Square have done something like this? No.
Probably not.
I don't think so. I've never played PowerWash Simulator, but I like Tomb Raider. I might check this out. I think PowerWash Simulator is on Game Pass.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a cathartic experience from what I hear.
Oh, MikeyT33. Did you ever do your YouTube video that I suggested you do?
No, not yet.
Oh, damn. You need to do that. You need to do that one.
That's a tough one to do.
Why is that?
Pinning down the partner to do stuff that's not work. Tough to do.
Just put him in a figure 4 leg lock. Put him in front of a computer.
That'd also be tough to do.
Okay.
He's not a small man.
Oh, fair enough. So have you played PowerWash Simulator?
I haven't. No.
Oh my God.
I have a power washing company.
You do. So you should get some tips from the game.
Yeah, I guess so.
You'd send him a memo being like, oh, this is not authentic.
Not
You need to
authentic
fix
at all.
this or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Tomb Raider. Who knows what other video game would a nice Power Wash Simulator crossover be good with? Like clean up Raccoon City after the zombie outbreak?
That would be. But
That'd
they
be a good
already
one.
have that game. It's called Viscera Cleanup Detail.
Oh, right. That's right.
Not exactly as, satisfying as Power Washing Simulator, but it's
Yeah,
Viscera Cleanup.
exactly.
Yep.
I don't know what other game you could do to clean up after where you'd be power washing. I can't really think of any. That was my first thought was Raccoon City, though.
Yeah.
Just hosing down zombie chunks down the road and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That'd be all right.
Spraying them down the drain.
I'll have to take a look and see
Yeah.
if I want to play this game.
Yeah.
I've watched people play it. I watched the Ludo lads play it, a 2-player co-op.
Yeah.
It seems also like too much like work.
It's a lot like work.
So,
But,
don't know.
you like playing factory games, and those are also like
That's
work.
not really like work. Like that's not how a factory works.
No,
Like
but
you can't
it's
build
lot
a
of
whole
work.
you can't build a whole refinery with like 3 iron rods and 3 iron plates.
According to Factorio, Satisfactory, you can.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. So I usually like to play games to not do work,
Yes. Unless
or
it's
maybe workify work,
Workify
or
work,
gamify work.
work.
Yeah, maybe that's why I like Satisfactory.
Probably.
Yeah,
Because it's very satisfying.
Yeah.
I mean, Power Washing Simulator also supposed to be fairly satisfying.
It didn't really look like actual work to me. It's
No.
like things clean up way too fast. It's like one single and it's clean.
Yeah, just
Whereas
stripes.
I've seen enough power wash videos to be like, no, that's not how it would work.
Yeah, that turbo nozzle though. Yeah, I got one of those. We got
Nice.
one of those. They're expensive.
Turbo it up, baby.
Turbo nozzle.
Very good.
Speaking of turbo,
Uh-huh.
Returnal launching on PC February 15th. It's coming.
Oh, that's the day after Valentine's Day.
It sure is. You can get your Returnal in after you get your heart crushed.
Oh, baby.
Let's go.
You gonna get yourself a Valentine's Day gift of Returnal on PC?
We'll see how much it is.
$79.99.
That's too much.
No, I don't think so, dog. I bought a whole PS5 for that.
Wow. I just bought a $79.99 3D printing cover, so that's my $79.99.
Why? You could have just used a sheet.
That's not how it works.
What do you mean?
It's got to keep the heat in.
Oh.
It's a little bit too cold in the basement, so that when I'm printing it shrinks too much fastly, and then it warps.
Oh.
So I need something to keep the heat in.
No more time-lapse videos. Sad.
It's got a window.
Oh, okay.
I could put the camera probably directly in there too.
I don't know, man. I think the Returnal's the way to go.
Looks like Frank thinks so too.
Save up your pennies.
Frank's winking at me.
Get the Returnal. Play it to your heart's content.
Till my heart is content.
I need to hook that up and play it on my computer monitor. I think I would do better if I was sitting closer.
Probably.
Than I was sitting before.
Yeah.
So I think when I beat the boss the first time, it was on my computer monitor.
Yeah, I think it was too.
But I think the other bosses I beat on the couch. So.
Yes, you did. Because I was there and I couldn't beat them at all.
That's okay. I'm just a professional gamer.
Well,
you're an amateur, I believe.
You're a professional thumb user.
Indeed. I've got two of them.
I need 10 fingers to use.
I've got 2 thumbs and I grew them myself.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you.
Did you?
I did.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm not going to get Returnal on PC.
Probably not.
No, why would I? I own it on PS5.
I know. You only get it if it was not cross-compatible and you wanted to play co-op.
Oh, yeah. I still wouldn't get it. I'm not buying it again.
Yeah, unless it went on like Ultra Sale.
Ultra Sale, but it's Sony, so no.
Yeah.
It's not going on Ultra Sale.
Yeah.
These are the first PC games Sony's putting out, really. I can't imagine they're ever going to go on sale.
Probably not.
I don't know, dude. I don't expect them to be ever reduced in price. Just seems the way Sony would do it. So I'm waiting for you to do a stream with Returnal on PC.
That might happen.
Via the Stream Deck.
Oh,
dude, you have to buy it to play it on the Stream Deck. Imagine how badly it'll run on that. That'd be crazy. See, I put a seed in his head now.
You did. It's true.
Seed
I like playing the Steam Deck.
Seed of erogeousness in his
erogeousness?
Yeah, in his head. I planted my seed in your head.
Have been stimulated.
Exactly. That's the biggest erogenous organ of your whole body.
Sure is.
Brain. Yeah, I think you should do it.
I probably will.
Yes. I'm excited to see it.
Very good.
Yes, sir. Short news week this week.
Yeah,
Still
not a lot because that was the last news article of this podcast.
Yep.
And that's going to be the end of this podcast.
Yep.
To make sure, if you are listening to this on the RSS feeds, on the podcatcher, leave us a like, leave us a review, share us with a friend.
Please.
That's the biggest thing you can do.
Please.
Just get us out there, share us with a friend, and thank you for making it to the end of this podcast.
Please. I'll stop saying please now.
Very good. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we'll see you guys again in 1 week's time.
Yeah, okay, goodbye.
Bye.
I guess we're ending now. Goodbye.